Good morning, everyone. Well, I tried looking through September and there was not much going on. I did one fertilizing contract, that is about it. But now that we're into October, we do have some stuff going on. So primarily, there is our corn ready to harvest here on field 6. But then if you look, field number 1 here is one of our neighbor's fields, and I believe that has soybeans on it. So I am hoping that contract will come up. In fact, why don't we take a look and see if maybe, no, they don't. I was going to say maybe they have it available, but it could be just a little bit later as well. Now, if we're going to be harvesting some corn, I think it's only appropriate that we get ourselves a corn header. And it is my understanding that I used to have one, but when my game crashed, it seemed like it got rid of all my mods, and so I do not have that header anymore. This is obviously too big of a header, so I'm going to see if we can find something a little bit smaller. It does not look like it. Okay, that means one thing and one thing only. It means that I'm going to have to go through the mod section and find myself a 6-row header that would match with the case, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I went to the mod section, I took a look to see what we have, and I got 2 options for us. We have the Capello. This is a what would you say, a 4-row, good for 3 meters, good enough for what we're doing. We're only doing a couple meters. 1.2 tons, good for 10 kilometers an hour. All right. And then 1.5 tons, but 4 meters gives us many more rows. $10,000, a little bit slower. So a little wider for the yellow one, a little bit slower, but barely any heavier. Which one should we take? I am tempted to grab the 8x50 lizard here, just because I want to see if my combine can handle it. And it is cheaper. But before I actually go and buy this, I think I should lease it, just so that we can ensure that we're not wasting a bunch of money. If this turns out to be too heavy, it's only $510 worth of waste, and then I'll go ahead and get the Capello. So why don't we jump in the combine and let's see if we can operate this header. Hopefully. The combine is embarrassingly dirty, but that's okay. It does look like the proper fit, and it looks like it can run. Looks as though it should be able to run. The colors are all wrong, but that's okay. We're a small-time farmer. So we'll try this first. If we love it, we'll buy it. If not, then no harm done. It's only 510 bucks. It is such a beautiful, misty, foggy fall morning, and you can see the fall colors are out in full force. Very, very beautiful. Gotta love it. And then with the corn ready to go, that's just amazing. But anyway, we shouldn't waste too much time, so I'm going to hire a worker, and I'm going to run away from all that noise, and I'm going to see how he does. Looks like that header is working out really good. Seems to be combining all right. That's cool. So how many rows did he take here? Looks like 6 rows total. That is perfect. Just because we're harvesting corn, it should all go into our bins, right? If we can use the corn for feeding animals in the future. And these are kind of our default one conveyor that we have in our game. And this red one would definitely work as is for our bins. But because it's default, I was like, I don't know if I really want that one or not. So I went ahead and looked at AGI's pack. It's a mod pack, see what kind they all have, and they have a lot of really cool ones. So this one here, it looks like it'd run off a belt because it's got that half-round trough. There you have a conveyor. It's designed for seed treating. So very specific. Here's another more of an old school auger with what do you want to call it, the grate at the end with the auger exposed. And then you have the Batco. This one I have personally used in the past. It's a great one. It's also a conveyor belt, even though it's got a tube. And then we got this one here with a swing arm. And yeah, this is for really tall bins. I don't think I need it, but I am tempted to grab the Batco because it's a 15-inch tube and it's 49 feet long. Should be plenty tall enough for our bins. So this is just kind of what I'm thinking. I'll grab this. And yeah, it is a bit pricey, but I think it'll be worth it for us. That's at least the plan for now. I will have to drag it home, and I do have a plan for that as well. The tractor is going to go off and get the auger for us, and in the meantime, I'm just watching here, seeing how my combine's doing. And once it's fully loaded, then we'll go and dump the corn in here. That's at least the plan for now. As per usual, the combine is going to get full just before the end of the row, because that would be the common thread. You can see it's starting to slow down here. And look at that, 10,000. Isn't that ridiculous? 10,000 liters just right there, and it couldn't finish the rest of the row. I think what I'll do, I will just dump this into the truck, and then I'll start from the end and just let it work its way into the middle, and then we'll grab the truck and dump the rest of it out. Should be alright. I can recenter the combine a little better then too while I'm at it, so it's not nicking on those sunflower plants. There we go. Just like that. So a little over 10,000 liters is what we planted for corn. That's pretty good. Gotta say, pretty good. So this is the final tally on the harvest there. 10,265 liters. Now, with that in mind, it has come to my attention that I still do have a fair bit of corn sitting in the shed here. Probably enough to fill in the wagon almost entirely. So if you see here, we still got lots of corn from the first year. So what I want to do, I want to get rid of this grain cart. I'm going to move it out of the way, and I'll probably end up maybe renting a wheel loader, some with a bigger bucket capacity, and we're going to scoop that up, fill up the truck, and then we'll bring that over to the grain bins on the other yard. Now the question might be, why wouldn't I just use the M, seeing as it has a wheel loader, well, I should say a loader brackets, and we do have a loader for it. And the biggest thing that it comes down to is capacity, and also the fact that this tractor, for whatever reason, seems to always slide sideways when I'm scooping anything up, so it becomes very tedious trying to keep it going straight. Not sure what the deal is with it, but it always seems to want to glitch sideways, and I can't wait for the time when we buy our next size up, something with a wheel, or with a loader on the front, sorry. Now as far as these modded ones go, we have the old Volvo here, really old klutzy looking thing. Not very powerful, not very fast, it's okay. It comes part of the Platinum expansion pack. But then there's this case right over here, and I kind of like this one. It's kind of square and old-fashioned looking too. Not quite as old-fashioned as that Volvo, but it's a really good unit. And I think this is probably the one we'll just rent. I won't add any extra stuff here because why? Why would I, right? I suppose it is worth mentioning that field number 1, the contract became available for $20,000. I said, you know what? Let's do it. So farmer rented out his equipment to me, and you can see some of it still standing here. We will let that happen off in the background, and while it's doing its thing, I'm going to go back to trying to load my corn back at my yard. Alright, we're back at the yard here. And one thing I noticed right away, this bucket is massively oversized for this poor wheel loader. But it's okay. That's why we got the big bucket in the first place, isn't it? Trying to see if I can get it all in one scoop or not. Oh, I probably could have, but you can see how that poor wheel loader is just bouncing. It really is a bit much for it. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to be real careful how we go about this. Now the reason I wanted this bucket in particular, the one with, you can see the red arms on it, and the reason for it, I don't know why it's pushing. I am not entirely sure. It's like it's got collision. But anyway, the reason for it is because it can dump like this. Tip the entire bucket over. I find that very fascinating. So there you go. This should fill the truck up quite easily. There you go. And there's still a fair bit of weight in there. But we'll go and scoop up the rest of it. Maybe I'll dump it in the auger wagon and get one of my tractors to bring it on over. I'm just gonna see if I can clean up here first. Then we'll go from there. I still do think it is a bit of a shame that this truck does not have a hitch. It would be just infinitely more useful to me if it just had a hitch on it. I could hook up a second trailer to it and haul it off, you know, all my goods and whatnot with a wagon or what have you. Just be so much better, but unfortunately they never designed this truck with a hitch. Kinda sad if you think of it. Oh well, not much use in being sad for a long time, is there? So there we go. And where's my other tractor? Over here. We will send him off to the auger as well. Get rid of this corn for us. It's not much in there, but every little bit counts, right? Now if you see beside my bin, you will see the mountains of carrots from a previous episode. And that is part of the reason why I wanted that wheel loader for a little bit. Because I needed to be able to see if I could, you know, somehow clean up those carrots. Come on, do your thing. Seems like it only wants to go for a little time and doesn't want to unload after that. It's kind of amusing. Anyway, we'll get this dumped sooner or later. I think it's the tailgate crashing into the auger that is causing the box to go back down again. But there is solutions for that. Anyway, you can see my auger wagon is just coming up around the corner. Very nice. We'll let him come over here. We'll dump him back into the bin as well. Okay, can confirm. Carrots do not go on a conveyor. I tried dumping some in and the silo is empty. So that tells me what I need to know. Not a problem. I can also just leave them in a heap over here. Not like they're gonna go bad on me or anything. But that is good to know. The field's about halfway done, maybe just a bit over half. So just figured I'd give you guys an update on that. Other than that, we don't have much going on back at home. Just cleaning up the yard a little bit and doing a few odds and ends. I added a bit more straw to our TMR silo here. So as you can see, our straw pile has gotten significantly smaller, which is good. I will be using some of that straw for some bedding further on, but it is not this day. For now, that's good enough. Well, okay, we've fast forwarded a little bit of time, and wouldn't you know it, we finished the field. Just dumping the last of the soybeans in here. Should... Oh, look at that, 1% did not fit. That is cruel. Very, very cruel. How is that even possible? Anyway, 1% didn't fit. I might just see if I can dump this, I don't know. See if the market needs it, or... Yeah, I don't know where I'd dump it. I don't want to go all the way to the elevator with this. That's kind of BS. Oh, man. Here's the question. Will it dump here if I try? $1 million question, isn't it? Because I know we can do all of our grain, or all of our other products here. Lone Star Goods, but I don't know if it'll accept soybeans. Does not look that way. That's a bit of a doozy. Okay, not to worry. So what we'll do, we're not quite done just yet. Not quite done just yet. I'm gonna go drop off this header over here, and I'll drive this over to my bin yard. Seeing as we still have a little bit of grain, we may as well send it off to the bin yard, right? It only makes sense. And it's just about 10 o'clock, so that means that we should try to get this done before the turn of the hour, before we have to start paying. Okay, in the meantime, we want to start dumping, and we're just going to use the grain door because we want to stop it as quick as we can, so that we're able to, you know, utilize all the soybeans that we can for our own good. And usually I like to stop at around 50%. Oh, 54%. Okay, that was pretty darn good. Only $1,000 worth of extra soybeans in. We still got a good 16,000 liters here. Not bad at all. Now, normally, you guys know I would put this in the elevator, but seeing as the elevator is full of potatoes and it doesn't want to accept any more product, I'm just going to bring this over to my bin yard too. And then we'll go dump it into my bins, and yeah, we'll see the combine over there too. I can't wait for us to rent the train and just load it up. We got so much potatoes and carrots and whatnot. I got a feeling that that train load is going to be very profitable. I would encourage you guys in the comments below, let me know how much you think I'll be able to make from the load of grain that I'm going to be hauling out there. Like, there's going to be a fair bit. I won't take the corn because corn I need for my pigs and whatnot that I'm going to be raising. But yeah, I'll still do the carrots and the potatoes and canola maybe as well. If I have a bit of canola, I'll load all that up on the train. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think, how much the final price is going to be, how much I'll actually earn off of this year's harvest. Okay, let's get this combine unloaded. I know it was only about 200 liters, but 200 liters is 200 liters. That's an extra 200 liters that I can sell later on, right? I don't know if I'll be able to aim very well in there. Oh, look at that. Where is the trigger point? There we are. It's almost like I know what I was doing. I just hope I didn't mix that in with anything else. I don't think I did, but I've been proved wrong before. So now, next up is going to be the tractor, and again we have the grain door, so we should be able to just back it on up in there. That's the plan anyway. Here's to hoping we can actually make that work. There we go. Beautiful. So it looks like the box is not really affected because it's a pusher wall on the front of the trailer that's pushing the grain out. So you don't see any tipping action here, which is good. It helps keep the trailer much more stable, and I'm not bumping my trailer up against the auger at all. That is just perfect. Right on. I guess it's time to see how much we actually save for ourselves. What do we got? 16,300 in soybeans. We got 16,700 in corn. It's been a pretty profitable episode, I would say. Hey, there you go. Well, I think we're going to leave it right there. We did lots of fun, and I think it's time for us to all head home and wait for next week's episode. So thank you very much to everyone who watched the episode. I do appreciate the continued support. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care.